Hey guys, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I'm here at the airport, getting ready to go back home. Had a great time here in LA. Redskins highlights. Oh man, now I got the Redskins in here. Are you guys going to try and make that trade for Josh Rosen? Sounds like the Cardinals are trying to get as much as they can, basically saying that we're not interested in trading him to drive up the price for you desperate teams. How are you guys doing? Here at the airport, I ended up having. I went to one restaurant and I gave up with the robot. This robot from hell basically kept trying to do the menu. It's like, can I just get a table? Can a brother get a table? That's all I want. Let me. There's the old saying, Cowboys TV, what's up? That the show must go on. And I am really, wow, 2 hours late for my show. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, so here's the deal with DeMarcus Lawrence's deal. Basically, the Cowboys have learned about stretching out deals and looking at other teams that have gone through and made these deals and kicked the money way, way down the road. And what they found out is it's better to go ahead and pay the guy up front. So he's got $65 million of guaranteed money. They'll give him a $25 million signing bonus. So he's getting a check for $25 million the moment he signs it. Now, what they're going to do with this is basically the $65 million is paid in the first 3 years. So when you think about that, that's like $21.5 million a year, which is basically the going rate. It's the highest front-ended contract for a defensive lineman because he's getting $31 million the first year. But really, it's really a series of $21 million contracts 5 years in a row. It's all really accounting and stuff in there. There's $65 million that's guaranteed, and that's what you really have to pay attention to. But what they did that was smart, here's where it gets smart, is basically $11.5 million is the cap hit for this season. Now, don't quote me on that, but that's the number that I'm getting in there. So they've created basically $10 million worth of cap room by getting that deal done. So what the Cowboys need to do now is, Will Smith fans 22, thank you very much. I don't know that you need to trade up to get a good defensive tackle. There, a lot of times you go for guys early like Taco in the draft and they don't pan out for you. I'm okay with saying, you know what, let's take the best player available. And I would also look too, here's the thing that they're doing that I think is really smart, is they're going through and they're renting guys. Robert Quinn is going to want to play well because he wants to get another contract. If you look at a guy like him, it's getting a little older. He wants to get a ring. So he is incentivized to play. When you're talking about getting a rookie, pass rushers usually take a few years to get into becoming great. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a few that come out of the box and play well, but for the most part, it takes time to get those guys up to speed. And, DeMarcus Lawrence wasn't DeMarcus Lawrence until really year 3. So I'm okay with taking the best player available, be it a wide receiver or a running back, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, whatever falls their way. But I think what they're actually going to look at is safety. And I think you can get a really good safety in the second round. Man, well, I tell you what, I'm working crazy hours too, my man. To be honest with you, I'm actually here at the airport. My flight takes off in 58 minutes, and I'm trying to get a little something to eat. I had a robot from hell at one restaurant, and I gave up on there. Are we going after Gerald McCoy? That's a good question because Tampa Bay wants to get rid of him because they've got a bad contract. They're paying him $13 million. They're looking for some cap relief and things. They'll probably end up cutting him, and if they do, I would say go for him that way because you don't want to make a trade for him and take on that contract. It's just too much. McCoy is 31, but McCoy is still very, very good. He's another one of those guys that Another one of those guys that you want to look at and say, you know what, might be something there for renting the guy for a season and letting him go. Do I think we're a Super Bowl contender? I think we're getting DeMarcus Lawrence healthy and getting Robert Quinn on that defense. We were a Super Bowl contender last year. Believe it or not, I mean, we were a playoff team, so technically you were the contender. I look at the team right now and I say that we've improved from where we were. So, yeah, I'd say we're a Super Bowl contender. Take a look around the NFC right now. Basically, you look at the NFC East, it's the Cowboys, it's the Eagles, and that's it in our division. You look at the NFC South, you say, okay, New Orleans should still be really good. Atlanta, they fell off the face of the earth. Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay. Carolina, you don't know if Cam Newton is going to be ready to even start the season. You take it the NFC North. Green Bay, that place is dysfunctional right now with Aaron Rodgers. You got the Lions, who are the Lions. You've got Minnesota with Kirk Cousins. And do you really believe in the Bears? The Bears are a good team, a solid team, but I'm not sure that they're that great of a team. And then you go out west, the Cardinals, they're not anything. I don't think the 49ers are. Ryan, thank you very much for the super chat. Seattle will be tough, and the Rams will be tough. So, to me, the best teams right now in the NFC are the Rams, the Cowboys, the Eagles, New Orleans. And if I'm wrong, or if you guys disagree with that, let me know what your thoughts are. But that's the way I look at it. So you got to say, yeah, we beat Seattle, we beat New Orleans, we could have beat the Rams. So yeah. Well, Garrett doesn't run the defense, and we saw how that turned around. I think Scott Linehan, who was running the offense, was holding us down because actually the second half of the season, Jason Garrett actually put a little bit more into the play calling over Scott Linehan trying to save his job. And you can see that the team actually played better throughout the second half of the season versus the first half. So I'm not going to say that Jason Garrett is going to be what holds him back. I'm interested to see what Kellen Moore does. Kellen Moore may look. Here's another thing you got to look at too. Take the team that we had in the beginning of the season, offensively, and look at the team we're going to have to start the beginning of this season. And I look at it and say that we are a better offensive team right now than we were last year. You've got more weapons. You've got Amari Cooper will have a whole offseason to work with Dak Prescott. You've got Zeke Elliott, ready to rock and roll. I'm hoping the signal is good. Like I said, I'm in the airport right now. I ordered a little pizza. This is my last gas before I get back on too. Junebug, listen, if you see a robot in front of the restaurant, just run, okay? Just run. Okay, so I got my laptop over here going so I can actually see it. Our kicking situation, I think they'll probably look at quite a bit and see what we have. Garrett, I think, needed to go quite a while ago. I agree with you on that one. But it is what it is. This is the last go-round, and I think the Cowboys realize, listen, we've got a lot of talent right now. We got some guys that can rock and roll, and hopefully if Garrett doesn't win it this year, we go through and we change up things, and we get another coach, which may be Chris Richard, or it may end up being Sean Payton. So I'd be happy with either of those two guys in charge. Oh. Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. That's my pizza. I'm back, guys. I'm back. Okay. Thank you very much, Alfonso Walton, for the super chat. Yeah, it's a long flight. It's like 6 hours. And although I'll probably be asleep most of it, we're eating a California pizza here. It's supposed to be an Italian meat pizza. But I have been so bad over the last 2 weeks on my keto. I got to get back to it. All right. And I hope you guys don't mind. Duke Johnson would be nice, but again, they're looking at holding on to him as an insurance policy. Ooh. This actually, they make these up as you wait for them. Yeah. That's actually really good. That's actually really good. Better than that greasy New York pizza. Not a beer drinker. You guys know I'm a rum man. Sorry, Anthony. I've got to go home and detox after the pizza and sodas. But here's what you look at. I don't know if we win the Super Bowl. I don't know. But you can honestly say it's not from a lack of getting talent on this team. You can look at this season in that first week when everybody was like, screw the Cowboys. The Cowboys don't care about winning. We don't pay anybody. They've gone through. They have looked at everywhere on this team. They said, Jerry Jones, he said it flat out. Listen, we look for upgrades in running back, wide receiver, defensive line, and safety. And you can look at it. They have gone through and methodically, under budget, signed guys. You know, the Redskins said, yeah, we need a safety. So they went out and got Landon Collins and blew their wad of $84 million. Think about that. Think about that for a second. The Redskins paid $84 million for Landon Collins, a guy who's not a cover safety. For $105 million, we got DeMarcus Lawrence re-signed. Which team would you say is running things better right now? Because the Redskins, they don't have a quarterback. Their offensive line needs help. Their defensive line needs help. There's still question marks at wide receiver. And they have no money. The Dallas Cowboys have made a lot of moves without a lot of money. Sorry, guys, I got to eat this pizza before I get on this plane. I don't think with the offense, here's the thing. When you look at the offense we had in the first part of the season, where guys were dropping balls left and right, tipping them up in the air, not running crisp routes and things, the Cowboys were forced to run the ball a lot more. You look at the numbers, from the time we got Amari Cooper, a guy who could catch the ball and make moves, you will see the numbers go up. I mean, remember, Dak had almost 500 yards passing in a game. Dak had almost 500 yards passing in a game. So now that you've got a Randall Cobb, a Michael Gallup, an Amari Cooper, and you've got a Jason Witten, you're going to see them throwing the ball more. They're going to be mixing it up. They're going to try and still keep it balanced because you want to keep the defense off their toes. But you'll see them throwing the ball down the field a lot deeper. Time will tell if our defense will be better than the Bears. Blake, thank you guys for watching, man. And see, here's the great thing about it. Hey, Miss Jackie, You waved at me on Facebook, but then you didn't send a message. I waved back and I said, "Hey, you leave me holding, Miss Jackie. Why'd you wave at me and then not say anything?" Um, they were saying he's real. I missed the comment on that one. South of Heaven 88. So Mark is an ass person. That wasn't a bad sentence, really. I'm an ass. What did I do? Okay. I don't know what I did to be an ass this time, but okay. Yeah, I'm ready for some football too. I'm actually ready to get back and see my man cave and see the countdown clock. 'Cause I don't know where we are on it. What's happening, North Carolina's biggest fan? Um, I wouldn't mind seeing an upgrade in kicker. Definitely not. Gerald McCoy, if you really are all in for the season, Gerald McCoy rented for a year at a reasonable price would be a good move. Um, Joe, you got to understand, Dak being Pat Mahomes, if need be. Well, you can look at the Eagles game and see how that was a shootout in the last fourth quarter and overtime. You can look at the Giants game and see that that was a shootout as well. So could it be? Possibly, but that's not how this team is built. This team, understand, is built with road graders for offensive linemen. It's built to run and control the clock. Um, Byron Jones, the odd man out. I mean, anything is possible, but I understand the Cowboys get to be real creative with numbers. There are things that they're going to do, and we don't know what the final roster is going to be. Oh, I'm eating pizza. It's a California pizza here. I gotta get ready to catch this plane in a couple minutes here. The Cowboys are really creative as far as getting money. If they want to get money, they can go through tomorrow and get $2 million from Zach Martin, just like that. They also have some guys that, because you've upgraded in positions, that you're going to let go. And that's the nature of the beast. The bottom line is, can I get that guy better than the guy I have for the same money or less money or younger? And if you can, you do that. We as Cowboy fans always feel that we should hold on to a player and a player should retire from us. But that's unfortunately not how you win. I think I'm going to have to hold off on going to Nashville. Um, Helping my daughter get situated and coming out here was a big chunk of change that I had to spend that I wasn't expecting to. Turner could be cut for $5 million if needed. Hearns could be. Tyrone Crawford could be. Lyle Collins could be. You have a feeling the Eagles. Well, it's about time for the Eagles to kind of go a little bit south. I'm still not sold on Carson Wentz. Connor Williams will either be starting at guard or at tackle. And then the first guy off the bench that's actually for guard would be Joe Looney. I kill you, hit the nail on the head. Depending on who gets drafted in the draft, you start saying, we got this guy who's a lights out player. He's a young guy. We're not paying him jack crap. You say bye-bye to an overpriced veteran. Definitely. Listen, Wentz's record against us isn't that great. When you think about Dak Prescott versus the NFC East, the Cowboys have done some damage in the NFC East with Dak Prescott. Seriously. Redskins have gotten one victory over Dak Prescott. The Eagles have gotten two. And the Giants have gotten two. And I want to say the Eagles have only gotten one over Dak. What's up, Edwin? How you doing, man? Well, I'll tell you what, North Carolina's biggest fan. It's going to be interesting to see year two of Chris Richard with our players. You saw the leap and the step forward that Byron Jones and even Jeff Heath and Xavier Woods, how those guys got so much better. You look and say, okay, this is year number two. But it's not a soft taco. It's actually pretty good. It's got hunks of cheese and stuff on it. It's California style pizza. It's actually pretty good. Actually a lot better than I thought. Who we target in the draft is going to be basically the best player on the board. It could be anybody. But I'll preface it with saying that I think you're going to go safety. Pass rush is going to go early. Defensive tackles, some might fall, but cornerbacks and safeties usually are there later in the draft. So I think they'll go safety. Oh, Dave, listen, it's beyond cheating this week. With being out here with my daughter, she's had so much stuff that's just been. She made waffle cinnamon rolls last night. Waffle cinnamon rolls. It's like, are you kidding me, honey? So that's why I'm eating this pizza before I get back home and drinking the soda. So it's back to life and back to reality. That's right, I'm a cheater. I'm sure somebody's going to go through and do a video. Mark Holmes cheats on his diet. Looks good, though. A couple more bites, and I got to go get ready to get on the plane. They're going to start boarding in 4 months. I try and be good to everybody. No such thing as a diet on vacation. Amen to that. Do I think DeMarcus Lawrence will be that's a good question. But understand, here's the thing. Think about New England. Nobody retires from New England. New England is constantly evolving. Here's how crazy it is. The Super Bowl champion New England Patriots have more draft picks than anybody else this year. 12. They have 3 in the top 100. 3 draft picks in the top 100. Ryan Newman, thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. And everybody who's done a super chat, I'll go back through. I'll add you guys into our drawing. Monday night's drawing is actually going to be for everybody who donated to Dak Prescott's cause. Yeah, I heard that too, that he's going to have the surgery this week or next week. So that's great news. It's still a 3 to 4 month recovery, so he's really not going to be ready until training camp. Well, here's the thing. Vosh and I need to actually get together with Vosh again, because him and I are going to have a throwdown on this offensive line. Vosh wants to have draft another offensive lineman. But here's my thing. You've got an all-pro that you're adding to the offensive line. Travis Frederick's coming back. Now you've got Joe Looney, who can play guard or center, either guard or center, who is a swing guard or center, right? He's got experience, 16 games this year, and played pretty well. Connor Williams has already put on 10 pounds of meat. He can play tackle. You re-sign Xavier Salafalo, still needs some work, but still is capable. And you also have Cam Fleming, who filled in. He wasn't Chad Green when he filled in for Tyron Smith. So I look at that offensive line and say, yeah, it always would be great to add another offensive lineman. And if you can find a great tackle, you can go ahead and say, let Lyle Collins go and save $9 million. But to me, unless it's just a guy that you look and say that's a first-round talent, you don't take him in the second round. A lot of the sacks were, some of those were Dak holding on to the ball too long because he didn't have that check down guy like Jason Witten. A lot of those sacks was because our offensive line was in flux. We had so many different lineups. You had Connor Williams starting as a rookie, and then he got hurt. Then you had Xavier Salafalo come in. Then you had Zach Martin, who was on one leg because he hurt his knee in training camp. And then you end up having Connor Williams come in for him for a couple of games. And you also had Tyron Smith go out and end up having Cam Fleming. So a lot of that was the flux of the offensive line. I think just from the fact that we've got these guys there for another year and getting rid of Mr. Ketchup Paul Alexander, that we're going to be in better shape. I think the Cowboys are going to draft a bigger cornerback like 6'2". Well, your safety right now, George Iloka, is 6'4". So, got some size there. Because that guy, seeing D-Law get $105 million, and he's out guarding the tackle. I would love to move him to guard and put Connor Williams back out of tackle, his natural position, and go from there, because Collins running downfield is a beast. He's like a Mack truck going full steam. Put my gear away so I can get over here to the plane. Well, I think Lyle wanted to play tackle because tackles get paid more than guards. I'm so ready for the season. It's not even funny. I'm headed back home to Virginia. Back home to my wife. Back home to Michael. Back home to my job. Oh, hold on, guys. It's hard to get up when you got bad knees. Oh, hold on. Sorry that this week has been kind of crazy. My daughter hasn't gotten her Wi-Fi hooked up yet, so uploading's been taking literally hours. It's like being on the cruise ship. Put our trash away. Okay. All right, let's get over to the gate. So I haven't been able to keep up with everything like I normally do. And when I hear something, I haven't been able to upload it. Oh, boy. Can't wait to get back to home, get back to the man cave, and get back to business as usual. It was so nice being out here with my daughter and spending time with her. But I miss sleeping in my own bed. I miss seeing my wife, even as mean as she can be. And if you guys tell her I said she can be mean, I'm going to be mad at you. Portable Wi-Fi not an option. It's just bad, though. I've got Sprint. Sprint service is just bad, in the area that she's in. More times than not, I just could not get a good signal. It's kind of like being around AT&T Stadium. Oh, do we still have people talking negative about Dak? Come on, man. Everybody, let's understand that this is a Dak Prescott friendly channel here. And we support our quarterback. And I don't have a problem if you don't like him. Just take it someplace else. Just do that for me. What group am I? I am Group E, the very last ones to get on. Dak, all right. And Dak we trust. I believe in him. And I'm putting my support behind him because if you don't believe something can can happen, then it won't. Upgrade request. Let's see, I'm trying to see if this is my. See if this is my group or not.
Looking for passenger Ramirez and Rubios. Passenger Jameson.
Just hope they have a seat for me. That's all I care about. That's right. Dak's my quarterback. That's my teammate. All these people getting stuffed in on the plane. Well, let me say goodbye, everybody. Let everybody know that I'm boarding and heading home. Everybody, I will see you guys back at the man cave. I'll be back there in full swing tomorrow. I'm Mark Holmes, and I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching the Jobu Sports Report.